Welcome back. Today we're diving into revolutionary AI frameworks that are completely reshaping how we create digital content. From high-fidelity face swapping to unified generation power, we are covering the full spectrum right here, right now. Let's explore DreamID-V, a robust diffusion transformer that effectively bridges the gap in high-fidelity video face swapping. You can find the research paper and code linked below. Look at these results, where identity is maintained perfectly across the different subjects. Even with dynamic motion like basketball players, the face swap remains consistent and sharp. This method handles various lighting conditions and angles without losing facial fidelity. Whether it's a close-up portrait or a wide shot, the integration looks incredibly natural. Moving to video, notice how temporal consistency is handled. The expressions match source movements seamlessly, even when multiple characters interact. This effectively solves the jittering often seen in basic frame-by-frame processing. Here's the architecture. It uses a pose extractor to map movement, feeding into an identity-anchored video synthesizer. By combining this with the DreamID model, we create a bidirectional quadruplet pair. This structure ensures that the background recomposition remains stable while the face identity is swapped. This comprehensive approach by the Intelligent Creation Lab at ByteDance really sets a new standard. If you are a developer looking to implement high-quality face replacement in your projects, the DreamID-V framework offers the robustness and clarity you need to get started with confidence. Next up is DeepTutor, an AI-powered personalized learning assistant. This repository is packed with tools for interactive learning and multi-agent system support. Built on Python and React, it is designed to serve as a complete massive knowledge system. You can see it leverages Fast API and Tailwind, making it highly scalable and easy to customize for your needs. It supports multiple languages and features core modules like problem solving and deep research for generating new ideas fast. The system visualizes learning paths, turning complex documents into interactive Q&A sessions that reinforce your knowledge base. For researchers, the automated IdeaGen tool is fantastic. It helps you brainstorm and organize thoughts into a personal notebook. Let's break down the four-layer framework architecture. From user input, we move to agent modules like the Smart Solver, which then triggers the tool integration layer. Finally, the knowledge and memory foundation uses vector stores to ensure the AI retains context for structured, smart outputs. To get started, simply clone the repository and navigate into the folder. You'll need to set up your environment variables next. Copy the example file, add your API keys, and configure the ports to match your local setup. For installation, you can use Docker for a quick deploy, or choose the manual route with Python and Node if you prefer more control over the data. Check the module docs for configuration details and view the star graph. Now let's look at DreamStyle, a unified video framework. It transforms standard video content into highly stylized artistic clips. Whether you want a cartoon look or a sketch style, it is very flexible. Compared to previous works, DreamStyle offers better consistency and structure preservation. The gallery demonstrates the power of style-guided customization. By feeding it a reference image, you can completely overhaul the visual theme of your footage, turning realistic scenes into anime or watercolors while ensuring the original motion remains perfectly intact. It also supports first-frame guidance, which uses the initial shot to dictate the style for the rest of the clip. This is perfect for maintaining a cohesive look across longer sequences without the flickering artifacts that often plague other video stylization methods. Here are some practical applications. You can see the watercolor style applied to a landscape or a low poly effect on a portrait. The crayon drawing style is particularly impressive, adding a textured hand-drawn feel that tracks the subject's movement with high accuracy. For longer videos, stability is critical. DreamStyle handles this beautifully, as shown in the city street example. The 3D cartoon style on the dancing figure proves how particles and sparkles are generated dynamically. Always review the ethical guidelines and citation info. That wraps up DreamStyle. Now let's switch gears to UniVideo. This is a unified framework for understanding, generating, and editing videos. It is designed to handle multiple tasks within a single architecture, simplifying the workflow for complex video production needs. UniVideo really stands out because it offers in-context generation. This means it can take a text prompt and generate a video that adheres strictly to the logic of the description, whether it is for complex scientific visualization or for creative storytelling projects. For example, look at this generated clip of scientists working in a detailed laboratory set, or this creative prompt featuring a man with a Pikachu on his shoulder, eating an ice cream. The surrealism capability is high, like this man holding a graphics card beside a big tiger. Notice the temporal consistency as he continues eating. The motion remains fluid and true. Even with the tiger moving its tail, the interaction between the subject and animal holds. The facial expressions update naturally as he finishes the treat and looks at the cameras. These examples reinforce UniVideo's ability to maintain object permanence. Whether it is the texture of the shirt or the tiger's fur, the details stay sharp throughout the entire clip. Here we see Wukong in a modern setting, blending fantasy elements with realistic lighting, and a Cybertruck driving on the ocean shows how it handles physics in surreal environments. The texture rendering on this Lego tank moving through a forest is exceptionally detailed. Back to our character, the final smile feels genuine, proving the model's emotional range. Watching the Cybertruck glide for a longer duration, you can appreciate the water displacement and reflection effects. This is not just a static background. The environment reacts to the vehicle's movement, creating a cohesive scene that feels grounded despite the impossible, surreal nature of this concept. Finally, let's introduce VINO. This is a unified visual generator that handles both image and video generation and editing. It integrates high-level text instructions with visual references, offering a flexible all-in-one solution to users. The VINO architecture is built to be a single, powerful generative model. Look at the details in this generated portrait visual. VINO excels at aligning content with user prompts. Whether you need to generate a new image from scratch or edit an existing video, the single architecture ensures consistent quality. It is truly the future of visual work. Let's explore some detailed image generation examples. For instance, a prompt for a wizard's lab with deep and magical lighting. The result captures the complex mechanical devices and the atmosphere perfectly as needed. It can also handle scientific precision, like this detailed chrysanthemum illustration set, or create whimsical worlds with oversized candy trees and vibrant, surreal color palettes. Even comic book styles like this Captain America panel are rendered with bold authenticity. Action scenes like this rally car maintain the intensity and chaotic mud splash effects. The reflections in this antique scuba helmet show how it handles complex lighting texture. You can generate diverse subjects, from high-speed trains to natural landscapes, all with just one robust model. This drone shot example is stunning. It maintains a steady track through the rugged terrain without losing any sense of speed. VINO also powers image-to-video generation. By taking a single static portrait, it can animate the subject naturally. Notice how the woman begins to speak and gesture. The transition from a still photo to a moving, expressive video is seamless, unlocking new ways to bring characters to life. Here, a static image of a musician is transformed into a video where she sways to the music, adding depth to the original photo. It also adds environmental motion, like the wind blowing through her hair. The editing capabilities are equally impressive. You can add dark reflections to water, change the fabric of a costume to emerald silk, or enhance lighting with just a text instruction. Style transfer is another strength. By applying an anime aesthetic instruction, it completely redraws the scene with bold outlines and vibrant gradients while keeping the layout intact. Finally, see how it transforms a video interaction into a comic book panel style. It adds speech bubbles and exaggerated motion. That covers our deep dive into these powerful AI tools. Which framework are you most excited to try out in your workflow? Let me know in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more cutting-edge tech tutorials.